Hey, you guys, what is going on? I pray you guys had a really good week last week. I feel like it was a slow week in the market, and I'm making this private video for you guys because there's a story here that I want to tell really quick about anxiety. And we were going to talk about this yesterday, but I decided to just go ahead and talk about it with you guys now, which actually might be a really good idea. And I'm going to make a YouTube video behind this as well to kind of just follow along with how to overcome anxiety with trading because I'm getting good at it, y'all. Like, clap it up because I'm getting really good at it. Um, but yeah, so I was in the market last week. I looked at my charts a few times and I felt like this anxiety, this crippling anxiety to want to be in the trade last week. And I kept observing pound USD. If y'all been on my trading view looking at my trading journals, then y'all have seen last week when the price just wasn't pulling back as far as I needed it to, right? And then like with New Zealand dollar CAD, you could see like from Monday and Tuesday, it was just dropping, and then it pulled back. Like there were just no deep pullbacks that much last week. But then price made a new low, and then I went into my analysis on this currency pair here. That's in my trade journal as well, and I took a trade on the 2 hour time frame based on this lower high, lower high combination right here. Okay. And I got in the trade. I set a pending order and then it ended up taking profit. Now, here's what I want to talk about. First, let's talk about the anxiety part and why I felt anxiety. I kind of felt FOMO before I felt the anxiety. The fear of missing out. It crippled me so bad. And once again, it brought up and stirred up these old feelings, making me feel like I needed to be in the trade. And then the question became, why do I feel this way? Like I was asking myself that the whole time. And it had nothing to do a little bit to do with the money, but it had more so to do with my time management, right? I need you to hear me well on time management. Write this down or take notes or mental notes or comment on this video as well if you understand what I'm saying in this next part. But time management. I work from home. I am a stay-at-home mom. I'm a work from home mom. My kids are out of school. I'm with them most of the time. My daughter goes to camp. My son stays home, so I do things with him. When she's home, I do things with her. When she's at camp, this is the time for me to fill my time. Right? I can go to the gym. I can sleep. I can write. I can listen to podcasts. I can drive and do what I need to do. Like I wanted to hear me well with time management. I had so much time on my hand last week, I got bored. Okay. Have you ever felt that way where you have so much time on your hands and you get bored? Because that's what ended up happening to me. And I don't think we talk about this enough as trading. I understand a lot of us want to go full time in trading, but it is very boring. Okay. Like if you don't have something to do to fill your time, and I need you to hear me. I hear people say, well, I want to spend more time with my family. But I have children and I'm married. My husband's at work. When my children are in school, my mom can be at work. My family can be at work. How much time do you think you're really about to spend with friends and family who have full 9 to 5 jobs? You're not gonna spend a lot of time with them. I think what people are really saying when they say that is they just don't want to adhere to someone else's schedule, which is fine. But then you got to create your own schedule. So out of that, birth value days or build me days where now I'm starting to value and build my mind, body, and spirit. Okay. So when I felt that FOMO, the fear of missing out, I think it was fear of missing out on life. It wasn't the trade. I think now it was just life and feeling like I needed to do something or I was going to miss out on something. And that's how this got birthed, right? Now, the next part of that was the anxiety. Feeling like I needed to be in something to feel like I was doing something. Okay. And I got a rush of being overwhelmed based out of boredom. And that's what I started to think like, isn't God sufficient? Isn't God sufficient to enough to the point where He supplies my needs? And if God supplies my needs, I have clothes, I have food, I am sheltered, my children are safe, my husband works. We are not without. We are not without then why do I feel a sense of having to be in something so fast and see a result so fast? Is that the only way that I can prove God is real and sufficient? Because it's not. And then out of this birth, the understanding of why I need to build and why I need to value God more, right? And so I started thinking about that. If I believe He is who He is, He will be who He says He will be in my life. He will supply my needs. I don't have to trade out of being impatient. I can wait for the trade to come to me. Why am I waiting for this result to happen so fast? What's the other question? Now, with me being a content creator, it's because, sometimes you want to show the result of what you know. And this burst, what I didn't want to do this year was try to be the smartest person in the room. I want to give value. I want to show that what God has gave me as a gift can help other people. And I had to go back to that understanding and that logic. Sometimes showing people oh my God, this is so good. This just came to me. Cain and Abel. This is so good, you guys. In real time, y'all get in this. Cain and Abel. Think about Cain and Abel for a quick second. This is a story in Genesis where they had to give an offering unto God, and Abel gave his best. Cain did not give his best, right? And here's the thing about giving your best. Sometimes giving your best requires growth and patience, okay? Abel, the reason why he was able to give his best was because he put his all into it. He put his best foot forward. He was patient for it to grow. He waited until his stock got plenty, bountiful, and full. Where Cain probably took some shortcuts. His growth probably wasn't bountiful and full. The crops or the animals or whatever he gave, they probably lacked somewhere. He probably tried to fast track that thing, right? And what ended up happening was God rejected his gift, and then Cain got jealous of his brother, and then Cain ends up killing his brother. How many of you have ever killed a dream or killed a process because you did it too fast? Right? Now, I said this was just going to be for the community, you guys, but I think this is about to go on YouTube, okay? Because this word is so good. Like, how many times have we done that in life where, as traders, because we don't talk about this enough, as traders, we try to rush the process just to show off the profits, right? And in the midst of it, you kill your profits because you killed the process. Profits and process go together. The money will come, but the process, you have to be diligent and do your due diligence to stay on track, right? So let's talk about why this is important. In my prop firm account, I was in drawdown uh by a little bit under 2%. Okay. Now here's the blessing. Watch the blessing. This one trade right here made back the profits I lost and took me out of drawdown. Now I'm back in the positive in my prop firm account, right? So now I feel better. I feel a lot better because my impatience almost made me take, and my FOMO and my anxiety almost caused me to take trades that I should not have, that would have put me more in the negative. I would have been in a bad mood if that happened, if I took action on the way I felt. But instead of me doing that, I trusted God. I listened to my Holy Spirit. I said, I'm not going to do that. Because how many times have y'all done that where you know you're not supposed to do something and touch something and you touch it anyway? Once again, you took a shortcut in your process and it killed your profits. Okay? This is what we don't want to do as traders. All right? So now looking forward, even on New Zealand dollar CAD and looking at where price is, I'm like, listen, depending on how price ends today, I may be able to take a buy opportunity and get more than a 1 to 2 risk to reward or a 2 to 1 reward to risk trade, depending on how today closes. And if it doesn't close the way that I need it to close, I'm fine. I'll be okay. I trust my process, especially now since I'm back positive in my prop firm account. I trust my process because God gave me this process. Okay. And so yeah, I wanted to come and talk about that and the anxiety, how it cripples us, how FOMO cripples us, and how it can make us feel as traders. And so if you've been feeling this way, Trading View, If my listeners here on Trading View and YouTube, if you've ever felt this way, let me know in the comment section, because my motivation to you is that you focus on your process and you give it your all and you give it your best, so that your blessing that comes from God, it can be bountiful. Like, prove to God that he called you to do this, but it's not in vain. And then prove to yourself that you could be diligent and follow the process and do what you got to do to make it work. All right. Because if not, you're going to feel that FOMO. You're going to feel that overwhelm. You're going to feel that anxiety. And you can get better at overcoming that. As I stated earlier, I know I'm getting better at overcoming it. And the more you listen and the more you don't do what you're not supposed to do, like, if you just actually, let's just put it this way. If you just stop doing what you're not supposed to do, if you just stop trying to get into everything you see, if you just pick your selections more wisely, your trading journey will come out a lot better. Because mine's been better the past few months. Like, your trading journey will come out a lot better. You follow your system. I have a great system that works. I teach this system. People make money with this system, but they also are now learning peace with this system, and that's what matters. Okay, it's not an overnight thing. It's a growing journey. But yeah, so I want to come on and talk about that really quick. Everything doesn't have to be chart and analysis based. Some things are just mental, and it deals with your heart. So I pray y'all enjoyed this. Let me know what you think, because it's just supposed to be for the community. But man, when I got the word in me, I'm like, yeah, let's give this, let's share this. Okay. God bless y'all.